Hello and welcome. It's Jenny Florence from the A to Z of Emotional Health online library. Yesterday I spoke about the way that our emotions are an internal sat-nav system, like they are part of our navigational system, and they are there to help us to negotiate life and to make informed, appropriate decisions and choices. Sometimes if our emotions are perceived as being negative or challenging, it's actually very difficult to listen to them. Excuse me. So, and something that I notice is that quite across the board, emotions do tend to be labelled in quite a black and white kind of way. They tend to be classified as sort of positive or negative. You know, they are good or they're bad. You know, I feel good or I feel bad. I feel high or I feel low. And I think this is a very limited classification because it tends to stop us from actually being able to identify our individual emotional states, and it can also reinforce our perception that the way that we're feeling is bad, as opposed to recognizing that we are feeling bad in response to a situation that we need to attend to, and that our emotions are actually giving us information that is there to help us to make informed and appropriate choices. And that includes reaching out for support if we need it. So I like to use this kind of tool, which is to give people, and therefore I would like to give this to you today, it's a different classification of our emotions. So rather than having two kind of camps where we have the good and the bad, or the positive or the negative, I like to still have two camps, but I label our emotions differently. So in one camp we have the happy, joyous feelings, the comfortable feelings, the easy feelings. In the other camp we have the uneasy, the challenging, the more difficult feelings, but we don't classify them as good or bad. We've got the easy, comfortable versus the uneasy, uncomfortable. And I think it's really helpful to put our feelings into those categories. If something is uncomfortable, if we are feeling uneasy, then really we need to listen to that. We need to look at the circumstances in our lives at this moment in time, or indeed if there is some kind of history or past legacy that is still troubling us that we haven't yet resolved, and we need to make a decision as to how we are going to move forwards in a way that will be responsive to those emotions. As soon as we respond to an emotion, it will then tend to dissipate. And if there's a big build-up or a big legacy because something very challenging either has happened or is happening, then we do need to give ourselves permission to reach out for support from the right kind of person, the right kind of resource, and the right kind of service. So I would really be encouraging you to listen to those emotions. Likewise, if you are feeling emotions that are in the easy, comfortable, happy camp, listen to those too. Acknowledge them, validate what it is that you are doing, validate that which you are having and creating in your life that is causing that to happen. Be appreciative, celebrate. I think we really sometimes don't stop to acknowledge our achievements. We don't stop to offer appreciation to those around us who are making us happy. We don't validate ourselves, we don't validate others, and we certainly don't celebrate enough. So again, pause, take time to listen. If things are going well, you know, sit in that, celebrate, enjoy, and appreciate, because appreciation will very often bring more good stuff into your life, and it will help you to stay on track, because you will learn to recognize what you yourself are doing that works for you as well as what doesn't. Thank you for joining me today. I really do know firsthand that emotional awareness creates an entirely different way of navigating life. together we really can make a difference.